Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Audio is cracking. Is my voice cracking for everybody, or because my voice is also a bit down today? So yeah, that I think so that is something that you might be feeling. Okay. I will try my best so that my voice remains on a constant space. But yeah, okay. So thank you so much for the t-shirt. So I got like 5 7 t-shirts from Goa and I'm continuously wearing it. I feel great doing that. So that's the reason why. Okay. So can you guys let me know what have you studied in our yesterday's class? Can you guys let me know what have you studied in our yesterday's class, guys? So Code Sandbox is not working properly on Android. See, just open Code Sandbox on your Chrome browser and then select the desktop mode. It will open up the exact same way it is opening up inside of the class itself. So that will prevent from having some kind of problem later on. Okay. For C, a mini project, you can look at Hangman or something like that. So we started out with HTML. We completed HTML yesterday, and we also started out with CSS as well. Some basic CSS that we have learned up till now, right? Okay, great. So from today onwards, what we are going to do is we are going to try to complete CSS first of all. We are trying to complete CSS today, and then we'll be continuing with React. Okay, so that will be the aim of today's class. Okay, guys. Okay, yeah, the coloring has been coloring. Okay, not coloring. We looked at classes and IDs, I guess. That is something that we had done yesterday. So we are going to continue with sizing in CSS. That is something that we'll be exploring today. Okay, JavaScript, we did it in the first 2 days itself, the basics of JavaScript, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Thank you so much, Thota Ritikesh, that it helped you out in today's interview. Okay, great. Okay, for those who are not in yesterday's class, who had not attended yesterday's class itself, I'll suggest you guys to first of all watch yesterday's class and then move on from right over here. Today, almost 50% of the entire class is missing. Do you guys know the reason? Is there something today? Almost 50% of the class is not there right now. Usually we have like 1200 students live with us before starting the class. Today we have almost half of that population. So is there some kind of like problem today? There's some kind of festival today. Should we wait for 2 more minutes so that if somebody is late they can join us, or should we start? Like, did you guys get the message on your WhatsApp groups? Did you guys get the message on your WhatsApp groups, guys? India versus Hong Kong. Why the fuck would somebody want to watch that? Like, India versus Pakistan, yeah, I guess I can understand that people want to watch that, but India versus Hong Kong, come on, guys. At least take up some good matches. Okay. Maybe due to Ganesh Chaturthi or something like that. Okay, no issues in that. Those students are not in the class, they are wasting their time. So let's get started with the same. Okay, so let's get started with today's class. I'll open up the PPT that we were using. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, let me take up this particular PPT. So yesterday we have completed with our classes and IDs. We had two different scenarios that we discussed as well, examples and hands-on practice on it. Next thing that we want to understand is about measurements. Okay, measurements when it comes to web development. Let me open up the live chat on my mobile phone so that I'm able to see your chats as well. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over here. As you're able to see, usually in your daily life, when you're dealing with something as length itself, you use a lot of different units of measurement to be able to measure them. Okay, whether you be using miles, feet, centimeter, meters, kilometers, millimeters, or anything else as well. So there are a lot of different units of measurement that you use on a daily life. I'm able to see a lot of questions related to the certificates itself. Okay, so for certificates, like I said, once the bootcamp is over, once I've submitted the project and everything has been checked, it takes us 1 to 2 weeks to send out the certificates. Okay, as far as the certificate of appreciation goes on, those students who had done the final registration while registering for the bootcamp itself, that is, there is one process in which we ask you guys to share the details of the bootcamps with 5 WhatsApp groups. Those students who had done that and cross-verified it as well, only those students get the certificate of appreciation. If you haven't done it in the next bootcamp, if you're registering for the same, you can do it right over there and you will get the certificate of appreciation. And usually certificate of appreciation also takes us 1 to 2 weeks to send it out. So if you have not got the certificate of appreciation, don't worry about it, just focus upon the class. Okay, thank you so much, guys. So let's continue from right over here. Like I said, there are different units of measurements. Okay, kilometers, meters, miles, centimeters, feet, and so on and so forth. But these units of measurement you cannot use while designing a website. Okay, a website is something that you will be using on maybe your TV, maybe on laptop, desktop, maybe your tablet, maybe your mobile phones. So you cannot use these measurements that like feet or meters to be able to measure the distance between two elements on a website itself. So these are not the appropriate unit of measurements for the same. Okay, so what we need to do right now is we need to understand about pixels and percentage. Of course, there are many number of different kinds of measurement units of measurements that are there, and we will be looking at that as well. You don't have to worry about it, but the most predominant one that you will be using very frequently will be pixels and percentages. Okay, these are the unit measurement of units that are there while you are designing, while you are creating, while you are coding a website as well. Okay, so now any kind of measurement that you're taking up related to length usually can be taken up into two separate, like can be divided into two separate types as well. Okay, that is absolute and relative. For example, there is this particular road on my screen right now. I'm telling you that it is 8 meters wide. Okay, this road is 8 meters wide. Okay, so as you're able to see right over here, this is an absolute unit of measurement. Okay, that is, it is saying that okay, this particular road is having a width of 8 meters. Okay, that is an exact width of 8 meters, no matter where this road is present, whether it is present in Sikkim, whether it is present in New York, whether it's present in New Jersey, whether it is present in Bangalore, it does not matter. This road, the width of this road will always be 8 meters in width. Okay, so this is called as an absolute measurement unit of measurement. Okay, it's called as an absolute unit of measurement. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. You guys able to understand absolute units of measurement? Are you guys able to understand that? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So the next thing that you need to see is the relative. Okay, the next particular type of that is there is the relative units of measurement. Now, for example, if I'm saying that this particular road is 2 cars wide, now if those 2 cars are nano, that is a very small Indian car that is there, then the width of the road is very less. If I'm saying that the width of the the cars are, let's say, Hammer. Okay, Hammer is a very huge car, so the width of the road increases. So the width of the road is relative to the width of each of these cars. Okay, so these are called as relative units of measurement, where there is a relationship. Okay, that is the width of something or the measurement of something is dependent upon the measurement of something else. So these are called as relative units of measurement. Are you guys able to understand relative units of measurement, guys? Please do let me know. Why is it called as absolute and relative? Because these are the English terms for that. Like if you are not familiar with the meaning of absolute and relative, then you can definitely use a English dictionary. So that is the meaning of these two words. Okay. Okay, great. So are you guys able to understand relative and absolute unit of measurements? Of course, we'll be looking at some examples as well, so you don't have to worry about it. We get Microsoft and Google certificates if not completed the final registration? So usually we allow for the first time most, like if you are coming to a particular boot camp and if somebody has contacted you from DevTown to do that and you said that no, you're not interested in it, that particular person will tell you guys that without final registration it is not possible. But if you have not got any calls, you don't have to worry about it. If you have got somebody like approaching you from DevTown for the same, only then, like if you have said no, only then it's a problem. Otherwise you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so you guys don't have to worry about it. From the next bootcamp, just take care of it. That's it. Okay. Okay. How can we create project? Tell us something about project. So Apnil will be doing the project on the 7th day. I've already told you guys that first we'll be learning React and then we'll be moving on to project. So please be patient up till there. Okay. Okay. Yes, absolute is fixed. How many days this front-end bootcamp? I hope that your English is good. So you will be able to see from the name of the bootcamp itself that it's of 7 days long. Okay. Okay. So let's try to understand this as well. So these are some of the examples of the absolute and the relative units of measurements that are there while creating a website itself. So for absolute, you are having pixels, millimeters, inches, centimeters. These are the things that you can use for absolute unit of measurements. And for relative, you are having something like percentage, em, vw, and vh. We'll be looking at each of these units of measurements right now, but just for your information, these are the examples that are there. If somebody asks you, you should be able to classify them and give the answers as well. But we will be exploring each of them in a short period of time. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's get started right away. Let's first try to understand about pixels and percentages. Okay, so how many of you have no idea what a pixel is? Okay, I'm not talking about Google Pixel phone. Okay, I'm talking about a pixel. Like, are you guys able to understand? Like when you watch at a screen, you are able to identify a pixel itself? Can you guys let me know? Sarthak Prasad Basu, I've already told you submission of the project and everything. I will be letting you guys know at the 7th day only, not right now. Are you guys familiar with pixels, guys? If you're not familiar with pixels, please let me know, guys. Okay, no issues in that. So like some time ago, maybe like a few years ago when you were kids, you must have like a big ass TV on in your house itself. Like it used to be very thick at the end of the day. even nowadays as well, if you are having an HD TV or something like that, if you sit very close to the TV, if you sit very close to the TV, you should be able to see some rectangular boxes. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys ever seen this? If you sit very close to your TV or something like that, you must be able to see some rectangular boxes on your screen. Have you guys seen this? Please do let me know. Exactly. So it looks something like this. Let me show it to you guys. So it looks, if you're sitting very close to the screen, it will look something like this. Each of these boxes are called as a pixel. That is the smallest unit of measurement that you can have when compared to any screen. Whether you're using a mobile, whether you're using a laptop, tablet, anything that has a screen is usually comprised of pixels itself. Now each of these pixels actually have three LEDs inside of it. One is the red, other one is the blue, and there is the green LEDs. So if you go very close to the screen, if you're looking at it under a microscope, you should be able to see like each of these boxes containing three LEDs, that is the red, green and blue LEDs that are there right over here. So these are called as pixels. Now each of the size of the pixel is fixed. Okay, you cannot change the size of a pixel. It's a square. Okay, you cannot change that. So now when I'm saying that, okay, this particular button that I'm creating has a width, or this particular image that I'm having on my website has a width of 400 pixels, that means that that image is going to have a width where of 400 these small boxes. So that is like an absolute unit of measurement. Okay, that now this is fixed. Whether I open it up on a TV, whether I open it up on a mobile phone, whether I open it up on a laptop, okay, everywhere it will occupy just 400 pixels only, not more than that, not less than that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So let us look at that from a coding perspective as well. So let's go back to our website, index.html. If you guys remember this, this was the website that we had created in our yesterday's class. Do you guys remember this? This was the website that we created in our yesterday's class. Please do let me know, guys. Great. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to put for image, as you're able to see, image, src, alternate and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to add a class as well, and I'm going to call this class for the image as test. Okay, let's call it as test itself. So I've created a new class called as test for the image that we have on our screen. This is the same code from yesterday, so I'm not going over the code once again. Okay, we are using the same code from yesterday. We had gone through the entire code line by line. Okay, so not wasting any time right over there. Okay, so we will come back to style.css. If you guys remember, I've told you, okay, so I have not told you guys this, but it's always a good practice to always use classes. Okay, try to avoid using IDs. Okay, try to avoid using direct like tags itself, HTML tags and CSS as selectors. Always try it whenever you want to assign any kind of CSS property, try to use classes. Now this is a good thumb rule. There is a reason behind it as well. Whenever you are designing or creating a very huge website, usually it will have a lot of redundant tags. If you are using, for example, if you are saying that, okay, h1 selector and convert all to red, so all the h1 tags on your entire website will get converted to red. This is not something that you want a lot many number of times. Similar to that, if you are using an ID, so you cannot reuse that ID at any point of time. Usually there is a lot of different cases where you will be reusing different kinds of properties to other elements as well. So in that case, IDs won't work. So it is always a very good practice to use classes. Right now as well, if I wanted, I would have directly utilized the image tag. I would have directly utilized the image as the selector itself. But still, I gave it a class called as test. Although, like, please try to make sure that your classes have a very like noticeable name. Okay, that is, it has some meaning behind it. Right now I've just written some bullshit right over there. Don't do it like me, but use some like proper naming for the classes, but use classes at the end of the day. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. 7th day of the front end developer bootcamp is clashing with the first day of backend web development. No issues in that, guys. We'll be having 2 separate timings. The timing will be made available to you after tomorrow's class. Okay, so I think so it will be like 6 to 7 and then 7 to 8, something like that, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so right now we want to select the class that is test. So what will be the selector that I have to write right now? Can you guys let me know what will be the selector? Okay, what will be the selector that I will be putting up right over here, guys? Can you guys let me know? Dot test. That's great, guys. So dot test, that is the selector that we will be using, and then we'll be specifying a width. Okay, so let us specify a width as, let's say 100 pixels. Okay, let's specify the width as 100 pixels. Let's save this. Okay, let's go back to our website, reload the page. As you're able to see, the size of the image got shortened. Okay, the size of the image, the width of the image was reduced from its previous size to its current size. Now, no matter which particular website that I'm using, okay, whether I'm like making the width of the website a bit thin, like just like in a mobile phone, if I'm trying to make the width a bit thin, okay, the size of the image never changes. The size of the image always remains as 100 pixels. The size of the image, if I'm increasing the height and decreasing the width, I'm doing anything, the size of the image always remains the same, that is 100 pixels. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. This is the use of the absolute unit of measurement. No matter what the size of the window is, it will, the width of the screen will always be, width of the image will always be the same. Are you guys able to understand this? With Vaja Dipesh, okay, like I've said, for this bootcamp it's okay, no issues in that. From the next bootcamp it is compulsory, okay, because that is how we work. Is my Wi-Fi lagging? Hello? हाँ है ना जी, मैंने 500 UPI। आशीष को बोलना, आशीष रूम में, मैं बूट कैम्प ले रहा हूँ। ओके ओके, is it still lagging? Like right now, is it okay or is it still lagging? Because I'm not able to identify from my end. Is it fine right now, guys? I'm so sorry if it was lagging. Okay, it's normal now. Resolved. Okay, that's great. So we'll continue with our class right now. Okay, so as you're able to see, this is the use of the absolute unit of measurement. Okay, no matter what the size of my window is, no matter whether I'm opening the opening the website on my phone or my laptop or my desktop or my TV, the size of the image will always remain the same. Okay, the size of the image will always remain the same. Are you guys able to understand absolute unit of measurements, guys? Please do let me know. Please let me know right now, because then we'll be proceeding with percentage. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, great. So let's continue from right over here. Next thing, next thing that we need to focus upon is the relative unit of measurement. Okay, so relative unit of measurement, okay, Okay, so the next thing that we need to focus upon is the relative unit of measurement, that is percentage. Now with percentage, there is the concept of parents and children. So first of all, we need to understand that virtually, okay, like using examples, and then we'll go into the coding aspect of it. If I start it right over here, you won't be able to understand it. Okay, so let's go back to our painting board. It is taking some time to open up. Give it a second. Okay. So, for example, let's say, so there is one more tag that we haven't learned about up till now, and it's a very important tag. That is the div tag. Okay, many of you might be familiar with the div tag, but this is a very important tag that is there. This is usually used as a container tag. Okay, it is usually used as a container tag. What do I mean by that? For example, you are having an h1 tag and a paragraph tag. These basically create an article. You want to combine them together into a single tag. Okay, you are having an h1 tag and a paragraph tag that basically make the heading and then the paragraph that is there, a sort of an article sort of structure. Now you need to containerize them. You need to bring these two together. So for doing that, you can containerize them into a div tag. Okay, you can containerize them into a div tag. Now when you're doing this, okay, div tag has no attributes associated with it. It's just a container. It's just a box to put stuff inside. That's it. Okay, it's just a box to put stuff inside. For example, right over here, if I want to write it as a code itself, you are having the div tag. You're having the div tag right over here. You are having the closing div tag right over here, and inside of it you are having your h1 tag. You're having some content inside of it, and then you're having your paragraph tag with some content inside of it. That is how you write the code for the div tag. And representing this as a tree like structure, it will be something like this. You are having your div tag right over here. You are having your h1 and your paragraph tags. Okay, and then you are having the content inside of them. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? You guys haven't learned about relative up till now. Okay, so how will I make you guys understand like when to use absolute and when to use relative? First, listen to me carefully. What I'm speaking, what I'm teaching. Once I've understood both the concepts, then easily you will be able to understand the rest of the stuff as well. Okay, right now focus upon what I'm teaching. If you're not able to understand something that I'm saying right now, let me know. Okay. Shrishti, I am paying attention to your doubts. Okay. So whatever I feel that is required to be answered, I answer them properly. Okay. So why do we use the div tag? Like I said, it is a container tag. Okay. So for example, in React, just taking up an example right now, in React, you cannot like render multiple tags together. Okay. We'll learn about this concept right now. Just try to like this is what I'm saying about examples. Okay. So you cannot render multiple tags like at once to like your website using React. So you have to containerize all these tags into a single tag to be able to do that, and that is where the div tag is used. For example, div tag is a container tag. Just like you want to like you cook your food at your home and then you take it to your school. Okay, now while taking it to your school, you could carry it in your pockets. You could carry your food into your hands and as well, and you could take it to your school. But that is not a very well organized way to do it. That is the reason why your tiffin boxes exist. You pack your food inside of it, pack it up properly, keep it nicely in your bag, and then go to your school. The same thing is with div tags as well. Div tags are container tags. Okay, you want to containerize 3 or 4 different tags together. You want to apply some CSS properties to multiple tags, but you don't want to individually categorize them. So that is where you will be using the div tags. Okay. Can we put any tag into div tag? Yes, you can do that. Okay, you can put div tag into other div tag as well. Okay. So this div tag is also used inside body tag. I'm not able to like if this question is something that what I'm able to think about it as like, is body tag a div tag? No, it's not. Body tag is a separate tag, div tag is a separate tag. Okay. Yeah, you can put multiple tags into a div tag. You can put like thousands of tags into a div tag. There's no issues in that. Okay. Okay, so that is the like use of the div tag itself. So we will be using this so as to understand about your relative units of measurement when we'll be doing the practical. So right now you have understood div tag. Right now we are going to understand like about relative units of measurement using some examples. Now relative measurement of units is relative to the parent tag. Okay, it works relative to the parent tag right over there. So let's try to understand this. Okay, let's try to understand this. Thank you. Okay, so you are having this like, let's try to understand this. Now parents and children, this is something that we have already learned. Am I right or wrong? Parents and children, you have already learned. Do you guys remember? Please do let me know. Parents and children, you have already learned. Am I right? Parents, children, and siblings, we have learned that on our first day of HTML. Okay, so what we want to understand right now is relative units of measurement. The definition that I said was, in this particular unit of measurement, it is relative to the size of the parent itself. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So for example, if I'm having a website, let's create a website right over here. So first of all, it will be the body tag. Okay, you will be having the body tag right over here. Let's create the body tag, and then inside the body tag you are having various different tags that are there. Let us create a random website, and let's put up a div tag right over here. Inside the div tag you are having your h1 tag and your paragraph tag. Let's close them together. Okay, some content between them. Let's close the div tag as well. Okay, so this is an example of a website that I've created right over here. Now, if I'm trying to visualize this from a perspective of parents and children's, okay, so let's try to visualize this. On the outside, you are having your body. Okay, on the outside, you are having your body tag, as you are able to see. So this is the box that I'm drawing for body body right over here. Then inside the body, you are having your div tag. Okay, let's take up another color. Inside the body, you are having your div tag right over here. Okay, so let's draw another box. That this box represents the div tag, and it is present inside the body tag. Okay, so this is the div tag that is there. Now inside the div tag you are having your h1 tag and your paragraph tag. Okay, so let's put up this right over here. Let's take up another color. Let's take up blue. So you are having your h1 tag, that this is your h1 tag, and then you are having your paragraph tag right over here. Paragraph tag. Now if I'm specifying that, okay, so div has a width of 50%. Okay, if I'm writing this particular line of code, okay, that div is 50%. Okay, the width of div is 50%. So can you guys understand this? Okay, can you guys understand this? 50% of what? Okay, that is the question. The width of div is 50%, but 50% of what? Can you guys let me know? Just think about the definition that I told you guys. Think about the definition that I told you guys. 50% of what? 50% of its parent. Okay, 50% of its parent. What is the parent element to the div tag? What is the parent element of the div tag? That is the body tag. So the width of div tag will be 50% of that of the body tag. Okay, so let us remove this from right over here. That is, remove everything from here, delete everything, and this is how the new particular website will look like. You will have div as 50%, and h1 and p are both contained inside of the div tag, so they have the size of the div tag itself, same as the div tag. Okay, so that is how you use percentage. But what if I'm writing this? What if the next sentence that I'm writing is h1 is 25%? Okay, The width of H1 is 25%. If I'm writing this right over here, can you guys let me know 25% of what? Okay, if I'm writing H1 as a width of 25%, can you guys let me know 25% of what, guys? The parent of H1. What is the parent of H1, guys? The div tag. Okay, so 25% of the div tag itself. So again, let's remove this. So we'll be removing almost this much from here, and let's remove this as well. And this is how your new H1 element will look like. That is 25% of the div tag. Okay, that is how your like relative units of measurement work. If I'm writing something like this, okay, so if I'm writing something like this, that paragraph tag is 200%. Okay, the width of paragraph tag is 200%. If I'm writing this, okay, the width of paragraph tag is 200%, what will happen, guys? Can you guys let me know 200% of what? The div tag. The parent tag of paragraph tag is also div tag. 200% means double of the width of the div tag. So now your paragraph tag would look something like this. Now your paragraph tag would look something like this. So it will even go beyond the border of the div tag to occupy the entire width, that is double, because div tag is all 50%, that is half of the body tag, and paragraph tag is 2 times that of the div tag. So paragraph tag will now occupy the entire width of the screen. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to do this mathematical calculation? Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Okay, great. So next, like, this is something that I've told you guys in just an example itself. Right now what we are going to do is we are going to see this from a coding perspective as well, so that it is easy for those guys who are not able to understand this. No issues in that. Right now we'll go into the coding part right now, and there I think so you will be able to understand it, but you must be able to get like 20%, 30% at least from here. Then when you will be looking at the practicals, you will understand it completely. So let's go back and let's change some of the aspects inside body. We'll keep the we'll remove just everything. We'll remove everything and we'll make div tags. Okay, so we will have 3 div tags, 2 div tags, let's say. Yeah, I think so in 2 div tags the work would be done. So this is the first div tag that is there, and then inside of the we'll have the second div tag as well. And what we are going to do is we are going to have classes. So class out, that is the name of the div tag that is there on the outside, and then the class in. Okay, or let's take up div tag and then the class in itself. So right over here there are 2 div tags that are there. Okay, the one that is on the outside and the one that is on the inside. So there are 2 div tags that are there right now. Let's save this. Okay, let's go back to style.css, remove everything. Can you guys let me know how to select the div tag that is on the outside? Can you guys let me know what will be the selector for the div tag that is there on the outside? Can you guys let me know what will be the selector for the div tag that is there on the outside, guys? Dot out. That's absolutely clever, guys. And for that that is there on the inside, it will be dot in. Okay, so we are going to specify a height and a width for both of them. Okay, for the first div tag, let's specify it with a width of, let's say, 100 pixels. Okay, and a height of 100 pixels as well. Just to make sure that everything is working properly, I'm trying to specify a height and the width for both of them, as well as a color, so that we are easily able to see that, okay, everything is working properly, there's no issues or something like that. Okay, and then we'll be moving further with the code. So 50 pixels for the in version. Let's specify some color as well. For the one that is on the outside, let's take up a BG color. Okay, because we want the background color itself. Okay, so we are going to select the background color. Okay, so we are going to color the entire div tag, and let's color it as red and the second one as blue. Okay, background attachment, sorry, background color, and we are going to specify it as blue. Let's save this. Okay, let's go back out to our website, reload the page. So as you're able to see, there are two div tags that are there. One is there on the outside, that is the red colored div tag, and on top of it, inside of it, there is the blue color div tag that is of 50 pixels itself. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the height as same. I'm going to keep the height as fixed. Okay, that is of 100 pixels itself. We are going to vary our width of both the things. Let's say that we keep the width of our div tag that is there on the outside as 50%. Okay, let's keep the width of the div tag that is there on the outside as 50% right over here. Okay, we have set it up as 50%. Let's check what happens on our website. Let's check what happens on our website, guys. Now the width of our div tag that is there on the outside, that is the red color div tag, is 50% the width of the screen. Now let's see something. If I'm decreasing the width of the screen, okay, if I'm decreasing the width of the screen, the width of the div tag also decreases and increases on the basis of that. It keeps the width of the div tag as 50% of the width of the screen itself, that is the width of the body tag. Are you guys able to see this? Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know. The same thing when we were doing with the absolute unit of measurement, we were not able to do that. Even if we are decreasing the size of the width of the screen or something like that, it did not matter to it. It will still remain the same. But with the case of our relative unit of measurement, we are able to increase and decrease the width of our tab, and it is increasing and decreasing the width of our div tag as well. As you're able to see, the blue tag, the blue div tag does not matter. The blue div tag has no change in the width itself because it's an absolute unit of measurement. But our red div tag is getting changed. Okay, the red div tag is getting changed. Okay, Parth, are you crazy or something like that? Like, we haven't even done the project. How will I give the project submission link? Like, crazy world. Okay, so moving on with the same, let us change the width of the in as 25%. Okay, let's change it to 25%. So now this in is inside the div tag. In is inside the div tag out. Okay, so it will take up 25% the width of the div tag. Okay, out div tag itself. We are going back to our website, reloading the page. So as you're able to see, the blue color div tag is taking up 25% the width of the red div tag. If I'm decreasing the width of the screen, it will also change its width according to the same. Okay, it will also change its width according to the same itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. क्यों भाई पराग, तुम्हारा अटेंडेंस क्यों नहीं लग पा रहा है? 5,000 बच्चे अटेंडेंस भर रहे हैं, आपका क्यों नहीं लग पा रहा है? Okay, great. So everybody has understood it. There is no issues with the like understanding about percentages. Am I right? Okay, percentage, always remember this. Percentage works on the basis of your parent. Okay, percentage is based on your parent itself. Sir, link access nahi ho pa raha. Parth, either you are a big idiot, okay, you don't know how to use your phone or something like that, or you are a very poor listener. Every single day I will remind you guys how to fill up the attendance. Every single day these students in the live chat will help each other out by telling that, okay, this is how you need to fill up the attendance. If you're still not able to access the attendance link, then even like our CEO can't help you. Susie, you want to help Parth out? Okay, so let's continue from right over there. Susie is the CEO of our company, the Chief Entertainment Officer. She's an international woman. We are a woman-led organization at the end of the day. We are very proud of it. She's always there with me in our boot camps. She's just very shy to turn up. But she will also someday take up a boot camp. I'm very sure of it. Susie, you take up a boot camp? Nah. Okay, so let's continue right over there. Okay, so right now you have understood this as well. So please remember this, guys. Please remember this, that your percentages works according to your parent. Okay, because we are going to start off with VH and VW as well. They are very similar concepts and students easily confuse between the same. Okay, so please remember percentage parent. Okay, let's continue from right over there. The next that we want to see is we'll first start with VW and VH, okay, because they are very similar to percentage, so it will be easier for you guys to remember as well. And then we'll move to EM. Okay, so VW or viewport width and VH or viewport height, these are again units of measurements that are there that you can utilize. It is very same to percentages, but here whenever you are using viewport width, so what is viewport? Okay, everything that you are able to see, the web browser, okay, the size of the web browser itself will be called as your viewport width. Okay, it will be called as your viewport width. So whenever you are writing that, okay, it is like 40 VW, okay, your width is 40 VW, it is with respect to the width of the screen itself. Okay, so for example, if you are using your percentage or something like that, okay, so it is with respect to the parent. Here in case of VW and VH, you're not concerned with the parent. Even if you are looking at something that is nested like into 15 different and div tags, you are not concerned with the parent itself. When you are using viewport width or viewport height, that is VW and VH, you are concerned with the size of your browser itself. Okay, so 40 VW is 40% of the viewport width. Okay, 40 VH is 40% of the viewport height. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So we haven't uploaded this particular PPT because we haven't completed it tonight. The person who is in charge of updating this has gone back home. There's a death in his family, so we are also not disturbing him a lot. So once this particular PPT is over, I will ask him to upload it at once itself. So do not worry about it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. So again, I'm telling you guys this. Okay, again, I'm telling you guys this. For example, if I'm writing for H1 tag, okay, if I'm writing H1 tag, 60 viewport width. Okay, if I'm writing 60 viewport width, so H1 will become something like this. Okay, H1 right over here you will remove. So it is not concerned with the parent. It is concerned directly with the size of the body. It is directly related with the size of the body tag itself. So right now it will look something like this. Okay, so H1 will look 60% of the size of the body tag, 60% of the size of the body tag itself. Let us look at this from a coding perspective as well. Okay, so right over here, if I'm taking up the in one, I'm changing the percentage to VH right over here. Sorry, VW, because it is width. So VW is for width, VH is for height. So that is easily understandable. Okay, so if I'm saving this, I've changed it from 25% to 25 VW. If I'm going back to my website and reloading the page, as you're able to see, the in becomes 25% of the width of the screen. Okay, in becomes 25% of the width of the screen itself. VH is viewport height, so it will be related to the height. Now see, it's easily understandable. It's basic common sense logic. Okay, viewport height, whatever I'm talking about width, that applies to the height itself. You want it the width to be with respect to the height, you are using like width is equals to 50 vh, so that is like width will change according to the height itself. That is something that is totally up to you. Viewport width is according to the width of the viewport. Viewport height is according to the height of the viewport. That's it, as simple as that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Means relative in not constant. Yes, relative, there is no constancy. And why is relative better? Why do we always prefer using relative units of measurement? Okay, the reason behind that is very simple. Because when you're working with a website, okay, that website needs to open up on a laptop, it needs to open up on a tablet, it needs to open up on a PC, it needs to open up at a various different sizes of the screen itself. We are using an absolute unit of measurement. A website that is opening up on your TV will appear to be huge when it is opening on your on your mobile phone. You don't want that. You want websites to be relative. Okay, you want websites to adjust themselves according to the size of the screen itself. That is the reason why we prefer using relative over absolute. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. I'm so sorry. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. 100 VW will take up the full width of the screen. That's absolutely clever. Okay. Okay, great. So let's move on from right over there. Okay, the next one that we need to understand is EM. Okay, next one that we need to understand is EM right over here. So let's go back. Let's create a paragraph tag on our screen as well. So just above it, we'll create a paragraph tag. We'll write something inside of it. This is a take this particular sentence right over here. Let's go back to our website, reload the page. As you're able to see, this is a paragraph. That is the text that we are, a default text that we are having right now on our screen. Let's assign it a class as well. So this class, I'm assigning it to as test. Okay, so I'm assigning it a class of test itself. We are going back to our style.css. We'll create another style that is .test, and we are going to specify the font size. Okay, we are going to change the font size of this particular paragraph tag. Okay, by font size, I hope that everybody knows what is font size. Most of you must have used your Word documentation at any point of time, so you change the size of the font itself. That is the font size. Okay, we are going to change that using EM. Okay, we are going to change it using EM itself. Instead of VW or VH, can we use pixels? I think so, Swin. You are not in the class itself. We discussed about pixels. They are an absolute unit of measurement. We discussed about like these relative units. These are relative units of measurement. We saw what is the advantage of the relative unit of measurement over absolute and why we usually do not replace them. So I hope that your answer is already answered. Your question is already answered at the end of the day. Okay. If spelling any tags is wrong, then it will not work. Yes, it won't work, Shritish. So right over here, EM, as you're able to see, is relative to the font size of the element. Okay. So Shrishti, please do not type anything in the live chat. Okay, let them be. Okay, do not get agitated due to that. Okay. Right over here, as you're able to see, we are going to set up the font size as 2em. What do you mean by 2em? I don't remember the full form for em right now. You guys can definitely check it on Google or something like that. Okay, so here what you're saying is whatever is the current font size, the new font size will be twice the original font size. Okay, the new font size will be twice the original font size. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Yeah, I know, that is the reason why I'm saying. Okay, so that will be twice the current font size. So let us look at this. Okay, this is the current font size that is there. This is a paragraph. As soon as I'm reloading the page, okay, as soon as I'm reloading the page, the size of the font got doubled. Okay, the size of the font got doubled. Okay, now if I want to double it once again, okay, if I want to make the new font size twice the current font size, then I have to specify 4em, that is 4 times the original size. Okay, I will have to specify 4 times the original size. So if I'm saving this right over here, going back to my website and reload the page, as you're able to see, the new font size is twice the previous one, that is 4 times the original one. Are you guys able to understand em? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand em? Yeah, empirical unit, that's right, Shiv Sagar, that's I remember it right now, empirical unit. Okay, are you guys able to understand em? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so we have learned about em, we have learned about vw, vh and percentages. These are the most important ones that we need to understand. For pixels, just remember this, that okay, 1 pixel is 1 by 96th of an inch. Okay, an inch and centimeters, millimeters, these are some of the extra things that you guys need to remember. Okay, because we will be using this. Okay, so we will keep css up till here itself. Okay, I will not go beyond this in css for right now. We'll be having one more bootcamp in which will be totally dedicated to just html and css. I think so, that is the Instagram clone. We are going to build the entire Instagram that you're currently using. We'll be building that using HTML and CSS. So we'll be doing a lot more of HTML and CSS right over there. This bootcamp, I want to focus much more upon React itself. So these are just the basics that you need to know about HTML and CSS. That is enough for making the project in React. Okay, but if you guys want to learn like HTML and CSS in a lot of depth, okay, like tables and forms, and then like CSS, like then SCSS and all these kind of topics, there is another bootcamp that we are going to conduct on, it's just HTML and CSS. I think so we have started the registrations for that bootcamp as well. I don't remember it. So we will be covering like HTML and CSS in a lot more depth right over there. But for this bootcamp, up till here, it is more than sufficient. Yeah. So it is going to start from the 14th of September. Instagram clone using HTML and CSS. So yeah, so we'll be doing a lot of things right over there as well. Okay, so we'll stop right over here for today. Okay, my throat is also not that great, so I'm not able to speak a lot. Just I wanted you guys to meet Susie as well, if Susie is up for it. Susie, come here, bacha, come here. Okay, yeah, she has no will to meet you guys today. If it's possible, Susie, acha, 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 acha. Come here. Everybody wants to meet you. He's a chonky little person. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. So she's a bit shy on camera, but yeah, officially she is the CEO of our company. Like we have made it an official position, the Chief Entertainment Officer. Okay, go, go. And now you want to sit. Very good. Go, bacha. Okay, now she is not leaving. So let me show you the QR code for today like this itself. Okay, give me a second. I'll just check if everything is working properly or not. Yeah, so like I said, we are a women-led organization always. Let me show you guys the QR code for today. Day 5. Yeah, Rishabh, of course, Susie is much more cuter than anybody else. She's a beauty on her own. Yes, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with React.js. Okay, so we'll be doing React components tomorrow itself. So please be ready for it. And then day after tomorrow, we'll be having the project. Okay, so we'll have an amazing time, and I hope that you guys are also practicing a bit. Okay, after the class, try to practice a bit. It would be great for you guys as well at the end. Okay. Okay, you want to go down or not? You want to stand. Okay. Okay, guys, so we'll meet tomorrow. I will upload the PPTs for the HTML and CSS by tonight or tomorrow morning on Discord itself. Okay. Hey, Bhaiya, my sandbox is not giving me the suggestions, or should I say the list of tags by typing any letter. Try to just reload your sandbox, or there might be an option of like you must have not selected the static template. Try to do that. Okay. Okay, so we will, do we get the certificate on completion of the project? If you have 100% attendance as well as the correct project submitted, then yes, you get the certificates. So don't worry about it, okay? Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and we will meet tomorrow. My favorite anime. Right now, it's Black Clover, Demon School, then Tokyo Revengers, as well as Dragon Ball Super. These are the ones that I'm following right now. Of course, My Hero Academia as well because it's in the ending arc. But yeah, I've not watched One Piece up till now. Baki I've watched, of course. Okay, so AOT is amazing. AOT is like no doubts in that. Okay. Full Metal Alchemist I have not yet. Like Fairy Tail and Metal Alchemist, these are the two that is remaining right now as well. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, and yeah, we will have an amazing time ahead. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.